Vishnu Purana. Division of Bharatavarsha to and other landmasses. The landmass that is present between Himalayas and the ocean is known as Bharata. It has an expansion of 9,000 yojans. It is populated by the descendants of Bharata. It is 7 native mountains: Mahendra, Malay, Sahaya, Shaktiman, Rickshaw, Vindhya, and Pariyatra. Bharatavarsha has 9 divisions named Indradweep, Kasayu, Tamrapan, Garmastaman, Nagdweep, Sumya, Gandhava, Varun and Yahadweep, which is surrounded by the sea and has an expansion of 1,000 yojans. In the eastern part of Bharata live Kirat, whereas in the western part live Yavans. In the mid part of Bharata live population of Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras who pass their lives engaged in works ascribed to their respective class. Rivers in India from the Himalayas rise: Shatudri, Sutlej, and Chandrabhaga rivers. From Pariyatra mountain rise Veda and Smriti rivers. Narmada and Surasa rivers rise from Vindhyakul. Tapi, Payashani and Nirvindya rivers rise from Rickshaw mountain. Godavari, Bhimrati and Krishnavali rivers rise from Sahaya mountains. Kritmala and Tamrapani rivers rise from Malayashal. Trizama and Aryakulya rivers rise from Mahendragiri. Rishikulya and Kimari rivers rise from Shaktiman mountain. All these rivers have scores of other branches and tributaries. 4 yugas, namely Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga, descend on Bharatavarsha. In Bharatavarsha, sages observe penance to attain better life in another world. People organize yajas and offer donations to the Brahmins respectfully. In Jambudweep, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in yajas. Bharatavarsha is the land par excellence in Jambudweep, for it is a land of action. Soul passes throughout millions of births, only then it finds a chance to take birth in Bharatavarsha when its pious deeds accumulate to a certain extent. Even the gods envy those people who take birth in Bharatavarsha. People in Bharatavarsha act without a desire to get fruits from their action. They dedicate their whole action to Lord Vishnu and ultimately mingle with him. Description of other dweeps. Plakshadweep has an expansion of 200,000 yojans. Its ruler Megatithi had 7 sons: Shanthaya, Shishir, Sukadaya, Anand, Shiva, Kshmak, and Dhruva. Those 7 princes later on came to rule Plakshadweep. Hence, Plakshadweep had 7 divisions named after these 7 princes. 7 mountains mark the boundaries of Plakshadweep. These are Gomd, Chandra, Narada, Dunjubi, Sobak, Sumana, and Vraj. People of Plakshadweep live long and pleasant life. 7 rivers, namely Anutapta, Shiki, Vipasha, Tridaiva, Aklama, Amrita and Sukrita, flow in Plakshadweep. In all the islands from Plakshadweep to Shukdweep, only Treta Yuga stays. Plakshtree, Pakad, abound in Plakshadweep. Lord Vishnu is worshipped there as Soma. Shalmadweep Vayushman was the ruler of Shalmadweep. He too had 7 sons: Shwet, Harat, Jabut, Rohit, Vaidyat, Manas, and Suprab. Hence Shalmadweep was also divided into 7 divisions named after these princes. A sea of sugarcane juice surrounds this island. Shalmadweep has 7 mountains which are the source of all the gemstones. 7 rivers flow in Shalmadweep. These rivers contain innumerable kinds of medicinal herbs. Lord Vishnu is worshipped there in Vayu form. Because of the abundance of semul, silk cotton, trees, this island came to be known as Shalmadweep. A sea of wine surrounds this island. Kushtweep. The ruler of Kushtweep, Jatishman, had 7 sons. Their names were Venuman, Vairat, Lamban, Griti, Prabhakar, and Kapla. The divisions of this island were named after them. This island too has 7 mountains and 7 rivers. Lord Vishnu is worshipped here in Janadan form. Because of abundance of Kashur grass, this island is known as Kushtweep. A sea of ghee surrounds this island. Kraunch-Dweep. The ruler of Kraunch-Dweep, Deutaman, had 7 sons named Kushal, Mandak, Ushana, Piva, and Garak, Muni, and Dudhumbi. Hence the 7 divisions of this island were named after these princes. This island too has 7 mountains and 7 main rivers with hundreds of small rivers and tributaries. Lord Vishnu is worshipped here in Rudra form, through ages. A sea of way surrounds this island. Shugdweep. The ruler of Shugdweep, Bhavya, also had 7 sons, named Jalad, Kima, Sakama, Marichak, Tuchumad, Mordaki, and Mahadram. Hence the 7 divisions of this island were named after these princes. This island too has 7 mountains and 7 holy rivers. Lord Vishnu is worshipped here, in Surya form. Because of an abundance of shug trees, this island got its name. A sea of milk surrounds this island. Pushkar-Dweep. This is the largest among all the 7 islands. Its ruler Savan had 2 sons, Mahavir and Dartaki. Hence, this island has 2 divisions, Mahavir Khand and Dartaki Khand. A huge mountain named Mansatra is situated at the center of this great island. Brahma stays on a huge banyan tree in this island. A sea of sweet water surrounds this island. Description of nether worlds. Earth's total height is 70,000 yojans. In her depth, are situated 7 nether worlds with a depth of 10,000 yojans each respectively. Names of these 7 nether worlds are Atal, Vital, Nital, Garmastaman, Mahatal, Sutal, and Patal. These nether worlds have beautiful palaces, and have lands, which are white, black, red and yellow in color with gravel, rocky and golden soil. Scores of races including Denath, Daitya, Yakshur and Nagas live there. Once upon a time, Narada visited these nether worlds. When he returned to heaven, he told the people there that the nether world was more beautiful than heaven. He told them that ornaments of the Nagas contained precious gemstones and the women folk of Daitya and Danavas were an attraction even for the gods. The sun was illuminating in the nether worlds, but not scorching. Similarly, the moon only shone there, but did not cause bitter cold. Beneath the nether worlds is situated an idealized form of Lord Vishnu. It is known as Shesh. Even the demons and giants cannot describe his virtues. He has thousands of hoods, each carrying a bright gemstone that illuminates the azimuths. In his presence, the demons lose their strength. His eyes are red, and he wears an earring, crown, garland and blue length of cloth. Bearing the flow of Ganges, he stays like the Kailash mountain. At the end of the Kalpa, poison emanates from his thousands of hoods, and destroys all the 3 worlds taking the form of Rudra named Sankarshan. Nobody can find the ends of his virtues, hence he is known as Anant. Description of hells. Beneath the earth and water are situated the hells, into which the sinners are thrown. Rorath, Sukha, Rodha, Tal, Vishnu, Mahajwal, Taptakamb, Livan, Vilakat, Rudramab, Vaitani, Krimish, Krimibajan, Asapatravana. Krishna, Lalabakshor, Darun, Buyuva, Pap, Varnajwal, Adashira, Sandanch, Kalsutra, Tamas, Avachi, Swabhajan, Apratishvat and Aprachi are the main hells. These are all under the domain of Yamaraj. Those who give false witness are thrown into Roraf hell. Those who kill unborn babies and cows, or destroy the villages fall into Rodha hell. Those who drink wine, kill Brahman or steal gold, fall into Sukha hell. Those who kill Kshatriya or Vshya, fall into Tal hell. Those who copulate with teacher's wife or their own sister, fall into Ptakum hell. Those who sell women and horses, fall in Tatloa hell. Those who copulate with their daughter or daughter-in-law, fall into Mahajwal hell. Those who criticize the teachers and the Vedas or sell Vedas, fall into Lavan hell. Those who violate social norms, fall in Vilahit hell, and those who envy the gods, the Brahmins and their parents fall in Krimi Bakshore hell. Those who dine first even before the parents, the gods and the guests fall into Lalabakshore hell. Those who manufacture arrows fall in Vedak hell. Those who manufacture swords fall in Vishnu hell. Backbiters, killers of friends and sellers of wine fall in Rudra hell. Destroyers of Yaja and villages fall in Vaitni hell. Thus, the sinners have to suffer scores of tortures in these and many other hells. These sinners, after passing their lives in a hell, take birth as worms, aquatic animals and birds, terrestrial animals, human beings, religious people, etc. Only those sinners who do not expiate for their sins fall into the hell. Our sages have made provisions of expiation for those sinners who feel guilty in their conscience after committing their sins. Remembrance of Lord's name is in itself the greatest expiation. Remembrance of Lord's name any time in life destroys all the previous sins instantaneously. Hence recitation of Vasudev's name is sure way of attaining salvation. Thus those who recite and remember Lord Vishnu's name never fall in any hell because their sins have been destroyed. Anything where one feels pleasant is heaven, and opposite of it is hell. Description of celestial worlds. Maitreya said, O Brahmin, kindly narrate now about the celestial worlds, and the position of stars and planets there. Parashar said, at a height of 1,00,000 yojans above the earth is the sphere of the sun. 1,00,000 yojans above it is the sphere of the moon, and 1,00,000 yojans above it is the sphere of the stars. At a height of 2,00,000 yojans above the sphere of stars is Bud, Mercury, and 2,00,000 yojans above it is Shukra, Venus. Above Venus are Mangal, Mars, Brihaspati, Jupiter, and Shani, Saturn, at respective heights of 2,00,000 yojans each. 1,00,000 yojans above the Saturn is Saptarishi, and 1,00,000 yojans above it is the sphere of Dhruva. It appears as the center of a bright ring. 1 crore yojans above Dhruva is Mahaloka, where sages like Bhrigu etc. live. 2 crore yojans above Mahaloka is Janaloka, where Brahma's sons Sanakadi live. At a height of 8 crore yojans above Janaloka is Tapaloka, live deities named Vairaj who are never consigned to flames. 12 crore yojans above Tapaloka is Satyaloka, which is also known as Brahmaloka. Only immortal beings live there. Order of the sun, stars and constellations. The sun travels speedily across the sky like an arrow. He determines the night and the day. With the rising and setting of the sun, one can have knowledge of the directions. Sun lights up all the places in the entire world except Brahmaloka. Sun's rays that reach Brahmaloka return back rendered ineffective by the radiance of Brahma. Since Mansumayu is situated at the north of all the islands and Varsh, hence towards the northern side of it, one part of land experiences the day while another part experiences the night all the time. The radiant sun setting merges with fire. Hence, fire also has the power of illuminating and warming its environment. At the beginning of Uttaran, northward motion of the sun enters the zodiac of Capricorn. Traveling through Aquarius and Pisces, it reaches the equator, which is at the center of the earth. Thereafter the nights begin to decrease, in comparison of the days. Then traveling through Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, the sun enters Cancer to begin its southward journey. The period of time between the day and night is dusk, twilight. At that time, formidable demons try to swallow the sun. Thus they have fierce battle with the sun. The recitation of hymns by learned Brahmins, during dusk twilight helps the sun regain his lost radiance. With his brilliance then the demons are destroyed. Thus the sun is a perfect form of Lord Vishnu. It shines with its inner radiance. Omkar is a symbolization of the sun. It is also mandatory for the Brahmins to perform evening worship. Those who do not worship in the evening hurt the sun. Towards the north of Saptarishi constellation, where Pole Star is situated, there is an abode of Lord Vishnu. Only those sages can reach there who are free from faults and whose sins and pious deeds have been attenuated. Supremely brilliant Dhruva stays in the abode of Vishnu. Every other thing is dependent upon Dhruva. All the nakshatras also depend on Dhruva. On nakshatras depend the clouds, and on the clouds depend the rain, and on the rains depend the nourishment of entire world. Thus, all the other things come to depend upon Dhruva. The sacred Ganges, which is the destroyer of every sin, also rises from the abode of Lord Vishnu. Dhruva bears the Ganges on his head. Flowing through the sphere of the moon, the Ganges falls on Mount Mayu and flows in every direction to sanctify the entire world. Bathing in the water of the Ganges destroys all the sins. Offering of oblations in the waters of Ganges satiates dead ancestors for 100 years. Starry, chameleon-like appearance of Lord Vishnu can be seen in the night sky. A pole star is present in its tail. All the other stars, the sun, the moon and other planets, are present on different parts of this chameleon and go round the pole star. Uttanpad's son Dhruva had pleased this chameleon-like appearance of Lord Vishnu with his penance and sought a fixed position in his tail. Even the sun is dependent on Dhruva. The sun keeps on evaporating the water for 8 months in a year. This evaporated water then rains for 4 months and nourishes the soil and produces different kinds of cereals for the nourishment of the entire world. The water that is evaporated by the sun also nourishes the moon. But the moon itself does not consume that water. Instead it gives that water to the clouds. During winter season, this water released by the moon falls on earth as snow and dew. The sun draws water from Akashganga, the Milky Way, also, and causes it to rain on earth at once. That water is so sacred that mere touch of it destroys all the sins. The rains that fall during nakshatras like Kritika, Rohini, Adra etc., come from the water of Akashganga.